Okay, guys, like I promised, we are going to try to make this video how to create a hex nut, a hex bolt head, and a hex nut for a pressure lines for the transmission or detail for the carburetors. You can pretty much create it with any aluminum, which is your softest metal. Trying to see if I can focus on that. So then you have brass, which is one of the ones that you usually see a lot on creation. That's your brass right there. Then you have copper, which is one of the wires or or metal that usually most people like to color, but not available to buy parts made by it. All right, this is your typical tape blade. This is the one that most of the painters use to cut the tape when they're painting. You got your regular file that most of us have. You buy it anywhere. The best ones are the ones that jewelers use. Why? Because they're much better made, refined cut and everything else. When I done in this specifically file, I grabbed one end that has the grooves on it and I flipped it and I made it smooth for the purpose of not scratching the tool when I'm doing when I'm filing the piece, right? These two right here, this press tool, I mean, you can pretty much buy this one anywhere. Some of you guys probably already have it. This specifically one with the two ends are the most desirable one. At least for me it is, because it gives me the ability to switch size on the tubing, and what you have to do is just flip it either way, or take the piece out and flip it to the next desired counter level that is in it. Then you got your regular X-Acto knife. The purpose of these things is just to rim the inside of the tubing, you know, to be able to actually make it a lot much easier. All right, so we're gonna start with some of these. I will try to put the link of this tool, this Vice tool right now. They have it on Amazon for, I think it's like $7, and they give you like 4 of them. You can, you know, keep 2 and sell 2, or, you know, however you want to do it. I mean, it's just your choice, but at least they're available. I mean, you can buy them on Amazon. They're pretty cheap, you know, for 4 of them, $7, not bad at all, right? It's a great tool. So we're gonna start with, I'm gonna put this away. We're gonna start with the copper, all right? So we're gonna do a hex head bolt, all right? So once again, it's not anything out of the ordinary, and we're gonna stick it into the vise. I'm gonna put it there, all right? We're gonna tie it up for now. I'm just gonna try to see if we can flat the surface. I work a lot with pieces of wood just to give me much higher level, or much precise on what I'm working on, so that way I don't have to use like the whole thing in here, get me out of level. I usually work on small blocks of wood to create stuff. It makes it much easier for me, at least for me, to work that way. So I'm just gonna grab these, and I'm going to the flat surface goes on the bottom for a much better ride. It's not scratching or anything like that. So I'm going to try to see if I can flat the outer surface, so that way I can get a flat head out of it. All right, so now you have it. It's nice and flat. All right, so now we're going to get into the point of creating the hex. Right, so once again, the flat surface goes into the tool. You can create the diameter of what you desire by using the file to create the size of what you're looking for on the type of the head that you want. I mean, it does matter and it doesn't matter because you don't have to script too much on it, but I usually do it this way. I mean, you can choose to do however you want it. The purpose is to show you how to make them. All right, so flat area goes into the tool on top of the piece that you're trying to do, and then you're going to use each point of the hex and you're going to sand into it to create what you want. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By then you already have created the hex. All right, so I'll try to see if I can flip it down right here and try to find the camera. You created your hex already. All right, so I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. Try to pull the piece out and see if we can show you guys what we have created. All right, so there's your piece. Try to see if we can show it here. See if you guys can see what I've created. So you kind of like see the hex, and the cameras are not the best. I mean, I don't have a setup for, you know, like a professional view or whatever. This is just using my tablet and trying to experiment how to make videos, because I want to share some of the tips of stuff that I have learned through the years to the viewers, for the ones that they know how to do things, or, you know, the ones that they don't know how to do things. There's many tricks that everybody knows, everybody learns through the years, and I'm a type of person that likes to share it, because I mean, I want everybody else or other people to turn different, to be better in what they do when it comes to creating a lot of the stuff that is not available, especially on copper. I mean, they don't make anything on copper. So this piece right here, it's all done. I mean, it's you can clean it up a little bit more, but the purpose is there pretty much. And you can grab styrene, drill your little hole into it. All right, and you stick the piece into it, and it will give you what it was made for. You get your little bolt head, and now you created a bolt head that will give you, and see if I can get the camera to synchronize in there for a little bit. It's a little harder when you're not but you kind of see right there what, trying to get it to focus, but it's a little harder when you don't have the right equipment for it. There we go. So now you created a bolt head that, you know, when you have it in a piece, it looks like you have an actual bolt head on it, even though you don't, but that's what you created already. All right, so you can probably see it right there, very nice. I mean, like I said, I'm doing this. I mean, I don't have a special camera. I'm just trying to get as much as exposure I can to show you guys. But sometimes the camera doesn't want to adjust at a high speed. I need one of those special cameras that can do that. But maybe later on I'll invest on something like that so I can create more content to show you guys all the stuff that I do. All right, so we have that already taken care. So now we're gonna go with the brass. We're gonna create a hex knot. Okay, same thing. This is the smaller version, so we're gonna flip it to the opposite side. It gives you the much open version, so you can actually put it in there. All right. So now we're going to try to. I'm gonna flat out the area a little bit to kind of like have more of the flat surface to it, so that way it's nice and flat. Let's see here what we got. Yep, we got a pretty good surface in here. Let's see here. Trying to get it flat, but there you go. We got it. So now this is the part when you need to grab the blade and rim the inside of it. You got to do it at this point, because after it gets caught, you're not going to be able to do it. I mean, you can, but it's a lot harder to actually get into it. And what this is good for is that it makes it a lot much easier for you to clean up the surface, so that way when you stick the wire, makes it a lot easier for you to ride the piece into the inner part. All right, so once again we're gonna choose the desired length that we want. All right, that's a little too much. I mean, you could do it more. I mean, you can just cut it as you go. That way you don't have to like do it one at a time. You can do it pretty much the way it is right now, and it'll be perfect, because you can make two out of one cut. So once again, you tight up your tool. Shiny side goes in against the tool, and you're gonna start by scribing it again. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But now you create it. So now you go one pass to clean it up. You created that. Now you have your hex. It's already set up. You can kind of see it right there. Now you created your knot. So now it's time to cut it. So you loose it up, pull the piece a little bit more out. All right. Now you're gonna switch your. I recommend you guys. I mean, it's up to you guys, but I recommend you guys to get some of these pieces of wood so you can work on it more precise. But when you start cutting tubing, I recommend you guys get a piece of wood and use the same file and create some channels on it. You can help you out for guidance when you cut stuff, especially on this particular part or any other stuff that you use a vise for it. It gives you a precise movement, so you can actually work the tool instead of just write it down on something that the surface that is not quite in there. I use the regular knife, like I said it before, because I don't know if I did said it in this video or not. This is my the third video right now. So to me, this cuts better. It's more cure of a blade than X-Acto knife. The X-Acto knife, the moment that you put it on any metal piece, it will ruin the sharpness off of it. These were meant for cutting very super soft material, plastic, styrene, or paper or stuff like that, but not to actually cut through. You could, but you ruin the blade. I mean, they're not that cheap, so you got to constantly have to, you know, buy blades. So to me, I recommend this. You can buy them on Harbor Freight, you can buy them anywhere. You can buy a whole box, and they're pretty cheap, and they're super strong to do what we're doing right now. Anything metal is super strong. So now you create your desired length of what you want on the hex bolts. I mean on the hex nut. So I'm gonna create this particular side. Like I said, this part right here, we're gonna make 2 of them. So I'm gonna go precise on it and what I want. Once again, flipping the tool and letting the blade right into it. All right. So now we gotta create a groove in there. I don't know if you can kind of see the groove that I created in it. Let me see here if I can find that. There we go. See, you see the little groove in there? There's the groove in there. So we're gonna continue with the groove, and we're gonna press a little bit more harder on it. But this time we're going to put this finger behind it to keep the piece from flying out, because it will do that. All right. And the last thing you want to do is create all that work, and now your piece, it's gone. It's just flat off the table, and then I'm like, oh man, you created all that work and all that stuff for no reason. All right, got caught. So now there's the other piece that you can create another one. All right, and then we have the one that we created. Sometimes I grab the bottom piece and I try to very carefully, I mean, once again, this is exactly what happens. Try to, you know, clean it on the back side of it. It's a little harder to clean it up because, you know, that's why you create that one front end, because the other end is a lot harder to clean it up. I mean, it's not easy to actually grab the piece and actually, you know, clean the back of it. But you kind of get the idea of what creating this piece is all about. So now we're going to show you what you have created here. Let me see if I can get this thing going. Yeah, it's has a little thing on it, so it doesn't allow it to write. So I'm gonna see if we can use a drill bit to see if we can actually carve the end of it. Yeah, because it gets tight after you tight it up. Yeah, it becomes a little hard to play with it after it's already done. Or maybe I have I think I have the wrong tip, the wrong piece on it. So I'm gonna try to see if we can do this here. Maybe I can write it down with the piece on it. It would be a lot much easier to write it down. There we go. Maybe that helped out. Let's see here. Okay, we're gonna try these and see if we can open it up a little bit more. There we go. There we go. We're gonna open it up. But that's pretty much what we just made right now. See if we can show you guys here in the camera. I mean, it's hard to see it. There we go, maybe right there. Yeah, there we go. So you kind of see what you have created, a hex nut. All right. So it's a little hard to expose a lot of stuff, especially like I said, when you don't have the right camera to actually show you guys, you know, the right way. on this. Let me see if I can point you guys on that. See, there's a hex right there. All right, see, it has the 6 points, and you created a nut. All right, so these nuts are good for like when you're get, you know, put it into a hose or oh shoot, see, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. When you lose it, it just goes away, and then you'll never find it again. It's hard, even though that's why even by having these right here, it is still, you have to be very precise with a lot of this stuff, because it flies out. I mean, when it flies out, you're gonna have a hard time finding them. It just takes practice, but even though with practice, you're still gonna get that issue of stuff flying out on you or stuff like that. But the purpose here is to show you that you can actually get it done. I have no idea where it went, and flew out somewhere, so I'm sorry about that. But you know, I pretty much show you guys what the idea was. I mean, you guys are probably gonna be laughing right now. It's like, oh shit. Oh, my bad. So I think I already ruined the video by cussing out. I mean, all right, so we got that already there. So we're gonna leave this alone. It didn't want to work with us, so we're gonna try the aluminum now. On the aluminum part, same thing. Rim the inside piece off of it, because it's gonna make it a lot easier for you to stick anything. Unfortunately, the other end is a lot much harder. You can get a tool, you can probably put it back into the vise, and you can probably rim it a lot much easier, but it's hard. It's not easy, to be honest with you. It's not easy to do it. So now this time we're going to use the size here, and we're going to make this piece a little bit bigger, because this is going to go to a pressure line or a hose, tip decoration between the hose and the radiator. To create that, we're going to create it in two different cuts. We're going to cut straight, and then we're going to cut at an angle to create that cone effect that everybody likes, that looks so cool on the rear part. We're going to try to create it on this particular piece right now. All right, so I'll tie this up, and we're going to go back on it. Same thing, shiny piece on the inside. And we keep in mind, this is aluminum, it's a lot more softer, so it doesn't require too much push into it. All right, it cuts real quick, because once again, it's aluminum. It's super soft metal. Then you go back on it, and you just like give it one pass, clean up the little bit of the burn on it, on each one of those cuts that you created. Okay, now you got your aluminum piece created. All right, so now we're gonna try to show it out right here so you can see it. You see the piece on it. Let's see if we can get that green tape. Seems to be helps more on the viewing part. There we go. See, you created that. You created a perfect hex, all 6 points. All right, so now we're going to create a cone piece. Right, by creating the cone piece, you have to sink this piece a little bit more in. You just want the tip. All right, so we're gonna 45 the cut. Instead of being straight, we're gonna 45 it down, so we can get that angle that we're looking for. All right, so you don't have to go any other direction. You just gotta slide it through it. Okay. So done. Now we're gonna go very light on the inside, and we're gonna show you guys what we created here. Once again, we're gonna try to do it with this seems to be, give you a much better view of what we're looking for. See right there, you see the hex, and now you see the tip, how got that refined tip that you made. You might don't see it much now right now what you're looking for, but you will right now in a minute. So like I said, these pieces right here, I create the grooves on it for the purpose of cutting tubing a little bit more precise and a lot much easier. Once again, you use your blade. If we're going to cut the desired length on the aluminum piece of what we're looking for. All right, keep in mind aluminum is a lot much easier to cut because it has little less tolerance on strength, and it's a lot much easier to deal with when it comes to cutting. All right, so now we have the piece on it. On this one, it's a little bit bigger, so we might be able to actually shave it down a lot easier because it's a lot much easier, bigger piece to actually grab with the tweezers. Let's see here real quick. Yeah, get in there. You can grab a sandpaper too. I mean, you can grab a block of sandpaper. Probably will make it much easier. I mean, these are just the regular blocks that they sell now. And let's see if I can. There we go. It writes a lot much easier. It probably flats up a lot better too on the inside. Oh yeah, it did. So now we're gonna try to see if we can open up the hole. Like I said, once again, aluminum, it's a lot more softer metal. You can actually do a lot of stuff on it, and it bites up faster. Yeah, I didn't. Let's see if I can scribe it down in here and hold it with my hands if I can. Yeah, kind of did a little bit. All right, so we're gonna stick the rod on it, see if it goes through. Yep, went through. All right, so this is what we got already. All right, so this is the whole idea on this. If you can see in there, now you created what the line is. Let's say, for example, this is your line, and behind here is your hose for the pressure hoses for transmission or anything like that. So you created your line in there. The hose goes behind it, and you created your hex. There's your nut right there. All different points. Let me see here if I can adjust it here. All right. So you created that. I'll try to see if I can close up the camera without losing too much of the layout in here. The adjustment of these things are not the greatest, especially when you don't have the, like I said, when you don't have the right equipment. It's not as easy to do. All right, so I'm gonna try to get it now to focus. There we go. Perfect. See that right there? Now you created the hex nut. It's kind of hard for me to show it to you and try to create everything more accurate because I cannot see what I'm doing. But you kind of get the point of the way everything gets created on this particular part, right? I'm trying my best to show you guys some of the stuff that I do, but when you don't have the equipment, you don't have the equipment. I mean, I can be good at what I do, but sometimes you have to have the right equipment to be able to pull it off. So that's pretty much it on that. That's pretty much what I wanted to share with you guys, how to create a lot of this stuff that, you know, you can buy it, but most of the times, every time you want to buy it, the guy runs out of stock, so he has a hard time trying to keep them in stock, because they're so desired. Everybody wants them, and most of the time when somebody buys it, I mean, they literally buy them all. I mean, so they don't think about the person behind it. They just want them because they need them, and they don't care if somebody else wants them or not. And the person that makes them by hand, so he's having a hard time trying to keep up the stock on what he's building. I give him a lot of prop. I mean, most of us think, you know, they're so expensive. Yeah, they are expensive, but keep in mind what it takes to actually build one of them. And these people are actually using machinery to create these. You know, we're doing this by hand. So imagine what it takes to do by hand. So imagine a machine is a little bit more. It's a lot much easier to cut it after you have the setup made, but it's not easy to actually set up the machining, you know, to be able to be precise on every single cut. So, but that's it, guys. I mean, that's pretty much what I wanted to show you guys on this particular part. That was the idea. Hopefully I can inspire somebody to work on it. Try it on. If you have, try it on, and you know, if you have any questions or anything you want to learn that I know, I mean, it's, like I said, it's very simple. There's another thing that I want to try to teach you guys a little bit more later on. Like I said, my biggest part right now is in try to focus and try to get this thing right and know what I'm doing and be precise. So it's kind of hard when somebody's doing it for you, or somebody else and has a camera and is doing it for you. It's a lot much easier when you have that, you know, that little bit more of a high price camera that, you know, focus every time and follows you and all that. Well, this is not following me anywhere. I'm doing this out of my tablet. I'm trying it out, you know, I want to, you know, give you guys an idea of some of the stuff that you guys can do, you know, to be more creative, to be more unique, to be yourself, you know, to show your work in a different level. I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, 3D printing is beautiful. It's a great idea, but just because you got the detail, I mean, doesn't mean you're not gonna refine it. I don't have anything against 3D. I love the 3D idea. I think it's great, but I think that it's taken a lot from people to learn how to create stuff and, you know, come up with their own stuff. Once again, those are my 2 cents. I don't have nothing against 3D machining. I mean, most likely I'll probably not purchase one myself, but it's fine. It's a great tool. It's a great ability, but keep in mind, just because you have the detail on the engine or you have the detail on the part, you're not going to create more on it. Yeah, create more on it. You know, just use the detail that's already in it that is more refined, but add stuff to it to make it more realistic. You know, the 3D printing already giving you a big push forward on the detail, so you just gotta, like, you know, cut some couple of stuff, add some couple of stuff to make it look more real. I mean, those are my 2 cents once again. But besides that, I mean, that's what I want to teach you guys, how to do this, and it's different, something new. Some of you probably already know it. Some of you probably new. You're gonna learn it, especially when you coming up with metals that, you know, they don't make pieces with. You know, this is copper. They don't make anything with copper, so it's kind of like hard to try to find something that they don't make. I mean, it has a hard time trying to find it, so might as well, you know, you create your own parts with it. All right, enough talking. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry for the videos, and, you know, sometimes, you know, it just, this is new for me. I'm not used to doing this. I'm trying to help out and try to, I think I found the piece that I lost. So I'm trying to, you know, be helpful here, trying to give you guys a little bit of ideas on how to create stuff. All right, guys. Well, hey, thank you for watching, and I try to work out on the video part, try to get a little bit better on it. All right, it's like everything else, you know, it's a new thing. Now you got to learn it. All right, guys, have fun and be good. See you next time. All right, take care.